Everyone thinks slots are about luck, but former casino employees say the real game is happening in your brain. Every jingle and flash is engineered not to help you win, but to make your losses feel like victories and keep you spinning longer. In fact, the machines can trick you into losing more than you realize, and it's all legal. The playbook casinos use to lock in your attention is surprisingly simple, disturbingly effective, and almost invisible, until you know where to look. Here is what insiders finally confessed. Pressing spin on a slot machine sets off a celebration no matter what the outcome. Bells ring out, lights flicker in sync with a rising jingle. The screen flashes bright colors and coins appear to pour down the reels. But in the fine print at the bottom, your balance quietly drops. Imagine betting $1.50 and getting just 30 cents back. The machine still plays the full victory sound, as if you've won big. In reality, you just lost $1.20. Former slot designers say this is not a bug or a harmless quirk. It is engineered. The audio is layered so that every small return, no matter how much less than your bet, gets the same musical celebration as a jackpot. One former designer recalls, "We tuned the music to feel like a win, even when the math said otherwise." The goal was not accuracy. It was to keep players feeling rewarded, even as their bankroll shrank. Researchers have put this to the test. When celebratory sounds play after a net loss, players' brains react as if they are winning. Dopamine spikes. Heart rate picks up. In laboratory studies, versions of slot games with these sounds keep people spinning longer than silent versions. The reward cue fires instantly, before the brain has a chance to process the numbers. The music is pitched high, the rhythm fast, the tone bright, each element chosen to trigger a quick burst of excitement. Silence, by contrast, leaves room for doubt and reflection. Neuroscientists like Dr. Maria Cherkasova have found that these losses disguised as wins light up the same pathways in the brain as real victories. The effect is powerful enough that players often misremember how often they actually won. The sound overrides the math. Over time, the pattern repeats. Bet, lose, hear a win, spin again. The machine music becomes a steady background to quiet, steady losses. This is the first layer of manipulation, celebratory sound masking net loss. The next layer comes from what you see, not just what you hear. The screen never sits still. Even between spins, slot machines keep every pixel in motion. Progress bars fill in empty. Reels shimmer with subtle glows, and tiny animations flicker in the corners. The surface is always alive, never giving the eye a moment to rest. Former visual designers describe this as engineered busyness, an endless stream of motion and color that signals action, even when nothing is happening. The goal is not just to entertain, it is to create the feeling of progress. Every flash, every shifting meter is a cue that something important is underway. Progress meters are a favorite tool. These horizontal bars creep forward with every spin, promising a bonus or special feature just a little further ahead. But as soon as one fills, it resets and starts again. The cycle repeats, always hinting that the next milestone is within reach. A former slot artist explains that they wanted players to feel like they were building towards something, even if the goal kept moving. The visual language borrows from video games, level-ups, unlocks, and achievements, but with no real skill or advancement. It is all animation, carefully tuned to keep attention locked in place. Stillness is avoided at all costs. When a machine goes quiet or the screen stops moving, players notice their losses. Motion erases that pause for reflection. The constant swirl of lights and color keeps the mind busy, filling every gap with sensation. One designer recalls early tests where static screens led to shorter play sessions. The fix was simple: add micro animations, glowing borders, and pulsing buttons to ensure the machine never feels idle. Bright colors are not just for decoration. They are chosen to trigger the same attention circuits that make mobile games and social media so absorbing. Reds, yellows, and electric blues dominate, pulsing in patterns that catch the eye and draw focus back to the reels. Even the smallest wins are celebrated with bursts of light, while losses are softened with gentle fades and transitions. The effect is a visual loop that rewards looking, not winning. Inside the casino, dozens of machines compete for attention. Designers know that the most active, colorful screens hold players the longest. Visual overstimulation becomes its own kind of reward, a steady stream of cues that something exciting is always just about to happen. The illusion of progress is constant, even as balances quietly drain. This is the visual spell that primes the mind for the next layer of manipulation. Behind the spinning reels, every outcome is determined before the symbols even stop. Modern slot machines use a system called virtual reel mapping. What looks like 3 simple reels with a handful of symbols is in reality hundreds of invisible stops programmed into memory. Each symbol does not have an equal chance of landing. Instead, designers assign certain symbols, especially the ones tied to big jackpots and bonus rounds, to appear rarely on the pay line, but much more often just above or below it. This is how the near miss is born. A former slot engineer explains that they can weight the virtual reels so the jackpot symbol lands just off the line as often as they want, without changing the odds of actually hitting the jackpot. The result is a parade of almost wins. 2 matching symbols on the pay line, and the third stopping 1 click away. The machine is not broken. It is doing exactly what it was programmed to do. This is not about luck. It is about calculated probability. The virtual reel can map 1 physical stop to dozens of possible outcomes. So the appearance of a near miss is multiplied far beyond what pure chance would allow. On some games, near miss outcomes can make up 15 to 30% of all losing spins, depending on how the reels are weighted. Statistically, the chance of seeing the jackpot symbol just above or below the line is far higher than the chance of landing all 3 in a row. Researchers have measured what happens next. Near misses trigger a spike in heart rate and skin conductance, a physical sign of arousal and frustration. Players lean in, press the button harder, and keep spinning. In lab studies, near misses increase persistence more than small wins do. The brain reads almost as a reason to try again. Casino insiders call this behavioral persistence. The miss feels personal, as if the machine is hinting that a win is just around the corner. But the truth is, near misses are engineered. They are not a sign that the machine is warming up or that luck is about to turn. They are a product of virtual reel tables and symbol weighting. Tools designed to keep players chasing that next spin. As frustration builds, the machine is ready to offer relief. But first, it needs to make you feel like you are close. Bonus rounds arrive when frustration peaks. The reels slow, lights swirl, and a special animation takes over. For a moment, it feels like the machine finally noticed you, an invitation to something bigger. But behind the spectacle, the numbers rarely add up. Former slot technicians say most bonus rounds pay out less than the money already lost trying to trigger them. A typical bonus might return $4 after a player has spent $10 reaching it. Still, the celebration is unmistakable. Music swells, characters dance, and coins burst across the screen. The emotional reward is front-loaded, even if the financial one is missing. One technician puts it plainly: the bonus is there to reset your mood. It is not about making you whole. It is about making you hopeful. The rush of color and sound wipes away the sting of near misses and losses, convincing the brain that something special has just happened. That hope, even after a disappointing payout, keeps players spinning. Studies show that over 80% of players continue playing after a bonus, regardless of whether the bonus actually covers their losses. The feeling of progress, of being recognized by the machine, outweighs the reality of the numbers. Speed is the next lever. Modern slots are built for motion, not reflection. The moment a bonus ends, the game is ready for the next spin. No pause, no countdown, just instant action. Every delay, every moment to think, is treated as friction to be removed. Autoplay takes this further. With a single button, the machine spins again and again without any player input. Credits update automatically, outcomes flash by, and the player's only job is to watch the balance change. Technicians describe autoplay as a tool for bypassing judgment. Autoplay is not convenience. It is bypassing judgment. One technician says, when the machine spins for you, you stop making decisions. You just watch. With friction gone, the number of spins per minute climbs. The faster the game, the more the house edge works in the casino's favor. Internal reports show that reducing the time between spins from 5 seconds to under 2 seconds can increase outcomes per minute by up to 100%. The result is longer sessions, more money wagered, and less time spent thinking about each loss. The emotional reset of the bonus, combined with the relentless pace of autoplay, keeps players in the loop, spinning, hoping, and losing. One fast cycle after another. Every slot machine is a math engine, quietly running the same calculation no matter how loud the action gets. The numbers behind each spin are simple but relentless. Take a typical penny video slot. The average bet is around $1.50 per spin. The house edge, the percentage the casino keeps, is usually about 10%. That means for every spin the expected loss is 15 cents. The real lever is not luck or timing. It is how many spins you make. Most players average between 10 and 20 spins a minute. At 15 spins a minute, that is 900 spins in an hour. Multiply that by the expected loss of 15 cents, and the math becomes clear. $135 gone in a single hour, even if you hit a few small wins along the way. Slot designers and casino managers track one metric above all: spins per minute. The faster the game, the steeper the loss curve. Features like autoplay and instant spin are not just about convenience, they are about increasing the number of outcomes per hour. At 20 spins a minute, losses climb to $180 an hour. Slow it down to 10 spins a minute, and the expected loss drops to $90. The house edge never changes. Only the speed does. This is not theory. Audited casino returns show penny slots paying back 88 to 92% of wagers, meaning 8 to 12% is lost over time. Whether you play fast or slow, over hundreds or thousands of spins, the line trends downward. The law of large numbers takes over. The more spins, the more your real results match the machine's programmed edge. On the surface, wins and bonuses break up the pattern, but underneath, the slope remains. Each celebration, each near miss, each bonus round is just a brief pause on a line that always tilts toward the house. The machine does not care about streaks or luck. It cares about how many times you press spin. Charts from industry reports lay it out. 10 spins per minute for an hour, $90 lost. 15 spins, $135. 20 spins, $180. The curve is steady, predictable, and inescapable. Every feature, every sound, every flash is designed to keep you spinning, because every spin brings the math closer to the casino's favor. That is the real game running behind every reel. Inside every casino, one metric rules and above all others: time on device. Every feature, every tweak, every line of code is measured by how long it keeps a player seated and spinning. Former casino hosts describe meetings where the only question that mattered was how many minutes the game held them. Not how much they won, not how much they enjoyed themselves, just how long they stayed. This metric drives every design decision. If a new bonus feature makes players pause, it is reworked or cut. If a sound or animation keeps eyes on the screen, it stays. The machines are calibrated to maximize minutes, not moments. A former floor manager puts it simply, everything funnels into time on device. That is the number we chase. Behind the scenes, casinos run internal analytics that track session length, spins per minute, and the average loss per hour. Industry reports show that even a single extra minute per player can mean thousands more in revenue each week. The longer someone sits, the more certain the math becomes. Over time, the house edge, usually 8 to 12% on penny slots, grinds every player's balance downward. The law of large numbers ensures that short-term streaks fade, and the programmed advantage wins out. But time on device is not just about speed. It is about volatility, the way wins and losses are spaced out to keep hope alive. Slot designers use volatility scheduling to shape the emotional rhythm of play. Jackpots are rare but dramatic. Small wins and losses disguised as wins are frequent, giving the impression that something good is always just around the corner. The unpredictability hooks the brain. One host recalls players would chase that feeling for hours. The hope, the near misses, the bonuses, it all kept them locked in. Reward volatility is fine-tuned through internal testing. Designers adjust how often big wins hit, how many small payouts break up losing streaks, and how long players can go without seeing something exciting happen. The goal is to maintain engagement, not to pay out. Casinos monitor these patterns constantly, tweaking games to maximize both excitement and session length. On the floor, hosts and managers watch the numbers in real time. If a machine is not holding players, it is flagged for review. If a new feature boosts average session time, it is celebrated. The cycle is relentless. Every adjustment, every update is measured against the same target. Keep players spinning as long as possible. In the end, the real jackpot for the casino is not a single big win. It is a player who stays at the machine hour after hour as the edge quietly takes its share. The system is built to reward time, not luck. As one former host admits, the longer you play, the more certain it gets. The house always wins in the end. Today, slot machines generate over 70% of United States casino profits, not by luck, but by design. As digital gambling apps bring these tactics into our pockets, the line between entertainment and engineered compulsion blurs. Awareness is now the only real defense. In a world built to keep you spinning, the most powerful move is knowing when to walk away. Let me know your thoughts below.